How we all doing this morning? We all good? It's a Monday morning, Monday. Okay, it's actually tea, not coffee. Getting warmed up. It's a pretty cold morning. So, this morning's 20-minute class is going to be based on posture. And that's something that everyone can work on, is posture and keeping the shoulders from getting rounded. This is probably a good one too if you are working from home and you need just a little bit of extra stretching on the shoulders and the upper back. That's where a lot of posture is related to. Those shoulders rounding or the shoulders coming up, okay, and that forward tuck of the chin and the head. So what we're going to do today is take a look at our posture workout. Okay, it's time to get ready. We're going to start off taking our shoes off as usual. Okay. Get into position. We're just going to loosen out the spine. So if you're at the back of your mat, just standing in your tall position, feet underneath the hips. We're just going to do some small rolls. So tuck the chin down, roll your shoulders forward. I'm just going to stretch out that upper back, hold and come back up. So we're not going all the way down, we're just stretching it from the top. Nice short little rolls. Really focusing on rounding. Make sure you can see, focus on really rounding that upper spine. Stretch through, let those hands reach long. Let the arms reach. Take an inhale and exhale back up. If you're struggling a little bit, maybe put your hands on your thighs and just try and keep your chin as close to your head, to your chest as possible, and just try and round the upper back and coming back up. So you're not going too far away. You're getting a real rounding on that spine and a really good stretch. Another nice one I like to do then is to open up the chest, so palms facing out. Okay, I'm going to do it from the side so you can see what's happening with my back. If I take that off as well, you might see it a little bit better. So we round the shoulders and then we open them up, so palms facing out, in and outward. Then take one hand down by your side, take the other hand, reach it up to the ceiling, and then we're going to do a nice little side bend and inhale coming back up. So exhale as you bend to the side and inhale, come back up. So as you bend to the side, think of the ribs here, trying to lift the ribs. See if you can feel your ribs lifting. And there's a little wall here, you're trying to lift them over that wall, and really that does increase that stretch into the back area. One more. Inhale, switch, and exhale. So it's not a side bend in the way that you may have done it before. It's not about reaching down as far as you can. It's really about getting the ribs here to lift up and over this imaginary wall. And as you do that, you increase the stretch that goes into your side, into your back. 2 more. Inhale, stand up tall, and exhale and reach. Lift those ribs up and over. And inhale, come back down. Just roll those shoulders back. So what happens with posture? When it gets rounded, the chest gets tight here, and the muscles in the back are going to get overstretched and overworked. So we need to pull them back again, okay? So we're going to do a lot of exercises on the back to get that posture to come back and open up. So we're going to do a nice little roll from the back of our mat. So we're going to come the whole way down, tuck the chin down, exhale, rolling down, stretch it out, hold, take an inhale, try and keep the knees as straight as you can, keep the arms nice and straight and relaxed, keep the chin and head relaxed. Now you're going to walk your hands out onto the mat, into your push-up plank position. So you can all see me. Okay, and your hands are underneath your shoulders. Come down onto your knees if that is going to be too much of a problem. Okay, as you, just to get stronger, if you want to come down onto your knees and just pull your shoulder blades down and really focus on the arms in this one. Pull the shoulder blades down. Squeeze the glutes. Stay on your knees for this one. It's actually going to be good strength for the arms. Pull the shoulders down. Really get them into place. Okay. And from there, take a big inhale. And exhale, just sit back onto your feet, onto your heels. Reach your hands forward and stretch it out. In child's pose, you're stretching out the back. And as you push the hands away from you and into the floor, you also stretch out the latissimus muscle, which is the biggest back muscle, connects underneath the armpit and goes all the way down your back. So push your hands into the floor and stretch. Now coming back up onto all fours. Okay, we're going to focus on a little bit of upper spine mobility for our posture. So we want to loosen out the upper back. Okay, so what we're going to do is come down onto our elbows just to start off. Okay, we're going to just loosen out the lower spine. So tuck your tailbone under. And then tuck it out again. Tuck under and tilt out. So just loosen out that pelvis before we go any further. Inhale, tuck it under. Exhale, tuck it out. And you'll notice I'm not shaking those knees or hips back and forth. It's just the pelvis tucking under and tucking out. Okay, so once we've got a few of those, we're going to go into our upper back. Okay, so that's our lower back loosened out. So you want to sit back onto your heels and you want to take your hands in front of your knees. Okay, what we're going to do from here is just push your hands into the floor, tuck your chin down and round your spine. Inhale, then exhale. As you bring your head up, you're going to try and bring your chest down to the floor and lift your head up. So you're trying to flex and bend that spine. Tuck your chin down, push your hands into the floor and press your hands away from you into the floor and really try to round that upper back, pushing away. Coming back down, keeping your elbows straight, bringing your chest towards the floor, rounding and flexing, coming up and coming down. And just a few more repetitions, just loosening out. And again, you're not moving those hips, they're sitting on your feet. So you're really isolating the upper back. Okay, super. Now just come down and just loosen out those wrists. I know a lot of people have issues in those wrists, so just come down onto the elbows and loosen out the wrists. Just let them take a little break, because we're going to go into a nice stretch onto those shoulder blade muscles. So coming out onto all fours again, what we're going to do is like thread the needle. So we take an inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to take our left hand, slide it underneath the right arm. This right arm is going to bend as we slide the hand away, bring our ear down towards the floor. So it's like an upper body twist. Exhale. And you're trying to, with your left fingers, you're trying to slide your fingers away from you and push your hand into the floor at the same time. You'll get a great stretch. Inhale, come back up and switch to the other side. Stretch that hand away. Try and stretch the fingers. Push your hand into the floor at the same time. Keep your palm up. Inhale, come back in, and exhale. Now as you go through these exercises, try and pick out a few that you find, just 1, 2, or 3 of the exercises that you find would be beneficial for you to do for 5 minutes when you're working from home, just to break up that posture and help you. We're going to do 1 more on each side. So slide it under, get that twist with your ear down towards the floor. That really twists that mid-spine. Your mid-spine can rotate. A lot of people don't realize it can rotate, and that's where it gets locked up. Come back in. And when it gets locked up, it's when you start to get issues maybe into your shoulders, even into your hips. People start to rotate from the lower spine and not from the upper spine. Okay, now just come down onto those elbows again and loosen out those wrists. Okay, and from here we're just going to do a little bit of thoracic rotation. So we're going to come back up onto all fours, place one hand behind the head. You're going to try and keep that elbow back. Don't let it come in, keep it back. Okay, we're going to rotate around, keeping both hips stable. Don't move the hips. Rotate and down. Okay. Rotate, so you're rotating from the mid-spine and then you're coming down. Now if I was to rotate from the hips, I would be able to rotate much, much more. You could see I could do something like that. If that arm is getting sore, you want to come down onto your wrist, you can do that as well. Okay, keep the elbow back, rotate. As long as those hips don't move and you feel it in that upper back, in between the shoulder blades. Okay, we're going to go for 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, down onto the elbow, 10 on the other side. So you rotate down, up and around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, So 5 more. 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you know, you could do exactly the same thing if you were sitting in your office chair or wherever you are. Just make sure as you rotate that your waist doesn't move, okay? So just rotate from the upper part of the body. What you could do is maybe stand against the wall and do it that way and make sure the hips and waist, that they don't rotate. Okay, so that gets a lovely, beautiful stretch or exercise strengthening into the shoulder blades. And now we're going to just stretch them out again. So sitting back on your heels and again pushing your hands down and away from you into the floor. Try and push your head down. And now we're going to go into some nice posture work. Face down on the floor. So just come face down. Okay, make sure you can see. So we're going to just have the hands out in front of us, palms facing down for the moment. You're going to rest your forehead down on the floor. If your neck is uncomfortable and you want to put a towel or a block or something or a small book just underneath that forehead, just to keep your posture straight, you can do that. You have to find what is comfortable for you, okay? Stretch the legs away. We're just going to do the upper back extension. So take an inhale. Try and push your pubic bone into the floor, stabilize the hips, and as you exhale, draw in the belly button. Lift the arms and the upper body. Inhale, come down. Exhale, lift up. We're going to go for 10. Okay, up and down. 9, 8, 7, 6. Now you would get up higher if you were using your legs as well, but we're just doing the upper back. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Place the elbows underneath the shoulders, okay? And just get into a nice posture. Pull the shoulder blades down and loosen out the neck. So look left and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Just loosen out that neck now. As you're doing it, make sure the shoulders aren't dropping. So lift the chest, pull the shoulders down away from the ears. Keep the elbows tucked underneath the shoulders. Okay, now a really good, strong, important one for the postures, the posture muscles at the back, okay, is going to be our W. So we're going to add in just our, we call them our I's and W's. So our hands come out in front with our thumbs up, okay, and we're going to be lifting both arms off, okay. Now when you do that, you want to make sure the shoulders aren't up around the ears. Then we're going to take the elbows down, so it looks like we have a W, okay, palms facing down, or we're going to lift, making sure the shoulders are pulled down, so the shoulders aren't up around our ears. We pull them down our back, and then we're going to lift our hands and elbows off the floor, okay. Really great one for strengthening those posture muscles and stretches the front and strengthens the back. So I'm going to start off like the back extension, but this time with our thumbs pointing up, so our palms are facing towards each other. So take an inhale, push your pubic bone and stabilize the hips, and as you exhale, lift. Now don't go back down. Pull the elbows down towards your side, okay, palms facing down, and just lift up slightly. and then reaching forward again. So let's do that from the start. We're just going to do 5 of these, and then we're going to do 10 all together. So take an inhale, exhale, lift, pull down, lift. Back to the start and down. 4 more. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, down, exhale, lift. Inhale, up and down. So just do every movement with a breath. Pull the elbows down, lift the elbows up and the hands, then reach up and back down. 2 more. Inhale, lift and exhale, bend, lift, exhale, inhale up and down. So it's very slow and controlled at the moment, so we're getting really good, maybe we're setting up new patterns for our brain to tell the muscles how to correctly work again. So that may be a good thing. If you're finding it a little awkward, don't worry. Practice is going to make perfect. So 1 more. Lift, shoulder blades, pull them down, lift, reach back up and down. Now the next 10 we're going to do are going to be a little bit more intense. We're going to go from our I to our W 10 times without bringing our head or our chest back down onto the floor. So it's a little bit more intense, and it's going to really work these muscles, but you also got to make sure that that shoulder blade is pulled down your back. Okay, so lift the shoulder blade up to your ears and then pull it down your back. Okay, that's what we want to try and aim to do. So we're going to go for 10. So let me just go through a few before we start, just to show you what you're doing. So you inhale and then pull down into your W, reach up into your I, pull down into W, reach up into I. So it's like you're doing a little bit of swimming on the floor. Okay, so we're ready to go. Hands up, head down. Okay, take an inhale, exhale, up and W. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, keep those shoulder blades pulled down, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands down. Okay, underneath your shoulders, just push your hands into the floor, lift your head and chest up, come up as high as is possible for you, or until your hips almost come off the floor. You can stay down a little bit lower on your elbows if you have any pinching in your lower back. Just be careful of that. But you're getting a nice little stretch as you come up. And just coming back down. Okay, so we're going to go a little bit more strength into this now. So you're going to go with your W, lift up, then you're going to push your hands into the floor, you're going to curl your toes under, and you're going to come up into a push-up. Now if you want to do the push-up on your knees, push your knees into the floor, push your hands into the floor and just push up. Okay, holding that position, come down nice and slow with the elbows going in line with the mat and down. Lift your hands up, squeeze the shoulder blades together, push your hands into the floor, push up, slowly come back down. 3 more. Lift the hands up, push your hands into the floor. Now if you're coming up into your full push-up, okay, up onto the toes, and then as you're coming down, elbows back, nice and slow, everything down at the same time. Lift the hands up, push the hands into the floor, keep the toes curled under, push, slowly coming back down. One more. Hands up, squeeze the shoulder blades, pull the shoulder blades down, push the hands down into the floor, lifting up. Now lift your hips up, just walk your feet in slightly so your heels are on the floor. Now you want to push your head through your arms, okay, and push your hands away from you into the floor. So you're stretching that upper back one more time. Now from there, what you can do is come down into your back bend again. Back up into your down dog. Coming down. Back up. Pushing the hands away from you into the floor. Again, if there's any pinching in the lower back, you might want to come down onto the elbows. Take your time. You're just trying to loosen out that upper back and spine. And back down. One more time. Onto the floor. And just relax. Take the hands over the shoulders. Relax the neck onto the mat. Look left, exhale. Look right, exhale. Good job. Okay. We're going to just turn over onto the other side. So, as you turn over, just sitting up, we're going to again loosen out that upper back by going into our roll and lift back up. A roll and lift back. So really focus on the upper spine here, rounding the shoulders, pulling the legs to just increase that curve at the top, and then open it back up into posture. Make sure you're lifting up out of those hips. Lift up your chest so it's nice and long. Open up that neck. Find that plumb line, pulling your spine out of your head, and you're lifting up really tall. Okay, now from here, we're going to take our feet out straight. Legs are together. And you're going to point your toes back towards your head. Now, some people may have tightness in their legs or cramps, so you may not be able to pull your toes back towards your head, so that's fine. Just leave them straight. And if you need to bend your knees, you may need to bend your knees. Otherwise, we've got straight legs together, toes pointing back. Hands are out wide. Okay, now as we rotate, I'm trying to emphasize the rotation from the upper spine, okay? So as we rotate, it's only from that upper spine. So these hips and ribs are not moving. So if I take my hands out, I keep my chin in line with my sternum, okay? So I don't move the head. All I'm moving is that mid-spine rotation. Arms staying out wide as well. So inhale and exhale, rotate. Maybe you want to get a stick at home and keep you pulled out, or even if you have a band, hold it behind your spine, behind your back, between each hand, and keep it pulled out So it's very small movements, but you're getting it into that upper spine and you're unlocking it, loosening it out. So we inhale, exhale, twist. Inhale, center, exhale, twist. Now we're going to do double exhales and a little bounce. Inhale, double bounce. As you come into the center, try not to round. Keep yourself up nice and straight. Last 2, 1, and hands back in together. We're just going to come back up into our roll like a ball. So holding onto your shins, okay, roll, round your spine, tuck the chin down, take an inhale back and exhale up. So it's just a nice way to loosen out that spine. Now we're going to hold it down, take your head onto the mat, take your feet, bend the knees. Okay, now we're just going to loosen out those shoulders again from this position lying down. So I want you to take your 2 hands over your chest, make sure to tuck the chin down. If your head is tilted back and you can't get it tucked down without lifting your head, then you need to have a block, a yoga block or a hard book or a towel rolled up, folded up and placed underneath the head, okay? That neck needs to be in line with the rest of your spine. Again, that's really important. So if you're doing this posture workout and your neck is not in an ideal posture, then it is just going to cause you more trouble than good, okay? So get that book, put it under your head if you need, tuck that chin down so the neck is in line with the rest of the spine. Hands are facing each other, reaching up, okay? Now if you have a ball, you could squeeze the ball in between your hands, or if you have toilet roll, anything that rolls would be ideal here. But if not, you're going to bring your hands together. Now you're going to think about this. You're going to move your right hand only. So your left arm is solid. You want to push your left shoulder blade back down into the floor. Solid. And as you reach the right hand up towards the ceiling, it slides up the left hand because the left shoulder is solid into the floor. Inhale, bring it back down. Exhale, slide it back up. So we're inhaling it down, exhale on the slide up. Keeping that left hand as still as possible, and the left shoulder is staying stuck into the floor. The right shoulder blade is coming off and it's stretching up towards the ceiling. Slide it down. Now press that right shoulder down into the floor and lift the left hand up towards the ceiling. Slide it up the left hand and slide it back down. Keeping the hips as well pushed into the floor so you're not twisting anywhere else. You're just stretching out that lovely shoulder blade muscle. Inhale it down and exhale, slide it up. Keep those hands over the chest as well. Don't let your hands move. Keep that neck relaxed, chin tucked down. You can concentrate on your core and your hips as well, but really focus on getting that lovely stretch into that upper spine. Now taking 2 hands out, this is your iron cross. So you want your 2 hands out straight. Make sure the shoulders pull down your spine, okay? And you're just going to drop your knees to the left, keeping the shoulder blades pushed into the floor, and drop your head to the right. Nice simple stretch on the spine. Inhale, come into the center, and exhale, go to the other side. Keep those knees together and keep the shoulders pressed into the floor. Come into the center again. Now if you want to make it that a little bit harder, what you can do is take the knees into tabletop position. Drop them so they have to go a little bit further, but you got to try and keep these shoulders into the ground as you twist, and keep the knees together. Center it again and drop. Okay. Pull those knees into the chest. And we are all done for today. Well done. Simple little exercises to work on the posture. So you're stretching out your front chest muscles so that you open up that posture, and then you're strengthening the back muscles to pull that posture back around, okay? And once you've practiced that enough, your shoulders will automatically be placed into the right position. But you have to just be aware of your posture throughout the day as well, and especially if you're working from home, the ergonomics of your home desk may not be the same as your office desk. So, you know, you have to find something that is right for you. But the good thing about being at home is that you don't feel like you're being watched if you get up and move away from your desk, or, you know, you can do a lot more at home without anyone watching you. So, you know, you can move around your desk, you can do a lot of those desk exercises. You can do that cat stretch at the desk, opening up and rounding, and just generally stretching out that upper back. So much easier, perhaps, let me know, for those of you who are working from home. Maybe it is easier, you find it easier and less intimidating, because a lot of people I spoke to before, they did find it a little bit intimidating to do all that stuff at work. So, well done. It's a good one to keep practicing, and like I said, take 2 or 3 of those exercises that you can do throughout your day, and just break up your day and break up your posture. Okay, well done. See you all later tonight for some fabulous cardio workout.